Oh hey everyone, it's Mr. Flying Pig HD here. Hope you've had a fantastic summer. I've just got back from the United States, hence why I'm wearing a silly girls rugby jersey. But there you go. Just thought I'd have a quick say on the goings on at Manchester United currently. Let's kick it off with Louis van Gaal. The Dutch maestro's come in. It's a great acquisition in my opinion. Already feel a lot more optimistic about the season than I did this time last year under David Moyes, because that just felt plain wrong. Whereas Van Gaal, it just feels right. It just feels right, doesn't it? And I think he is going to be a success at Manchester United. He's already got a much easier start than David Moyes in terms of our fixture list and the fact that we don't have any European games. So that's definitely a plus point for him. You know, if we're not right up there by Christmas time with our fixture list the way it is, then it would be pretty disappointing, even though it is a challenge for him coming in and taking us over from where we are. But listen, we are still one of the top clubs in the world. We've got a fantastic squad. We've added to that Juan Mata, Ander Herrera, Luke Shaw. These are top quality signings. I mean, Luke Shaw is a lot of money. The lad's 18 years old. I think he just turned 19 actually. So he's very young, and he's got youth on his side. Not only that, the season he had last season with Southampton for such a young lad was absolutely majestic. And you know, I've got a lot of hope for Luke Shaw. Potentially could be the next Gareth Bale, given a few years at the top level, which is where he's at now. So, you know, that to me seems like a good signing. It's a heck of a lot of money. It's a freaking buttload of money. But if he's going to turn out to be the next Rio Ferdinand, who cost a lot of money but repaid that to Manchester United many times over, then, you know, it's going to be a good bit of business. Only time will tell. And Herrera as well, fantastic signing, similar amount of money. Was a big key instrumental part in Atletico Bilbao getting to the Copa del Rey and the Europa League finals. Great player. I think it was evident in the game against LA Galaxy. Okay, effectively a pub team we were playing against that day, but he was pulling the strings, 3 assists. I think the guy's going to be, you know, an important part of our, integral part of our midfield there. And so for the 2 signings that we've made this summer, the big signings, I'm pretty damn happy with them. We've had a few players leave. The old guard are gone. Patrice Evra, Vidic, Ferdinand. It basically means we need to have a look at the defence. Obviously, we signed Luke Shaw, which means that he's going to be, you know, taken over from Patrice Evra. I still think, judging by Danny Blin's performances in the World Cup, you know, that and Van Gaal being a compatriot of his, I think that he's a very, very realistic signing that we can make, and just looks a class player, and certainly, you know, is a versatile player, can play either fullback position and also even in the defensive midfield, which is another position that we are lacking. We've signed Ander Herrera, we've got Mata, we've got Kagawa, we've got all these players that can play in the central midfield in a sort of attacking or influential role. But in terms of breaking things up, Fellaini, just sorry mate, you know, he just does not cut it for me personally. So I think we do still need a really class holding midfielder, somebody like Vidal. Vidal said that he's not coming to Manchester United. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. But that's the kind of ilk of player that we could certainly do with. In regards to other players that we need, I certainly think that the wingers are a key problem area for us. Okay, we've got Januzaj, who looks like a top-class player that could be very influential for this season if he continues with his development. But you're looking at Nani, you're looking at Young, you're looking at Valencia. I'm thinking, yeah, they're all good players. They're all good to have in the squad, and they're going to do good jobs for us. But it's been a long time since I've seen any of those players really do it against the top teams. I think we need some classy wingers. Easier said than done. Depends how much money we're going to have this summer to spend. Apparently, it's basically limitless as long as Van Gaal wants the players. So, you know, I'm happy with the signings. I hope we can make a couple more key signings. I think Danny Blin would be great. Someone like Vidal. And then the centre-back position we really do need to address. You know, you've got Phil Jones, you've got Johnny Evans, Ferdinand and Vidic have just left. So we need to really get a top-quality centre-back in there. Obviously, Hummels is the man from the World Cup and his previous performances for Dortmund. I just think he's exactly the type of defender that we need. But I've got a funny feeling that we're going to sign Ron Vlaar from Aston Villa just because he had a good World Cup, and you know, he's Dutch, and I just think, yeah, he might be a sort of mediocre player at a mediocre club. But sometimes you bring those type of players to a top club and they can do a really good job for you, you know, as a limited defender. So I think that's a potential signing. What do you think? I'd be very interested to know who you think Manchester United could realistically sign, who you want them to sign. I mean, I'm thinking Di Maria would be fantastic. It's not going to freaking happen, is it? But yeah, I just want to wish good luck to all the players that left Manchester United as well. Patrice Evra over at Juventus, Vidic in the Italian league as well, Inter, and Rio Ferdinand at QPR. I think they're all going to be massive successes at their clubs, and they're great players. Okay, they're getting on a bit, but they're fantastic players. They've been fantastic servants to the club. Thank you very much, lads. Giggs will tear you apart as assistant manager for the first time under Louis van Gaal. I don't think that's going to catch on, but I just had to have a little say on Ryan Giggs' role as assistant manager this season under Van Gaal. I think it's a masterstroke from the club. You're talking about a guy who is Mr. Manchester United. He's been there, he's done that. He's been given the freaking number 11 jersey every year for 25 freaking years. There's not many situations in a red shirt that man's not gone through over that period of time, both, you know, you're on a European stage and domestically. He's going to be that important link between Van Gaal and the dressing room at the start of Van Gaal's tenure. He's massively respected by the club, the dressing room, the coaching staff. It just makes perfect sense. Not only that, he's going to be able to learn a lot from Louis van Gaal in terms of tactics and, you know, managerial style and that kind of thing. Having Van Gaal and Ferguson as your muses is certainly no bad thing, and I think Ryan Giggs will be able to take that on into his managerial career in a few years' time, hopefully as Manchester United manager. But I'm just ecstatic about that. It's great that we've kept such a fantastic person at the club, and he's got a very important role. I think he's going to flourish in that role. He's going to be able to put his arm around the players and, you know, administer a bit of advice. He's a very experienced man in terms of knowing what Manchester United is all freaking about. So that's what I think. What do you think about Giggs' role as assistant manager? How do you think he's going to do? Please comment below. Now, season predictions. This is what I think is going to happen this season as a Manchester United fan. We've got a good new manager in there. We've got a relatively easy fixture list at the start. I think if we're not right up there in the league table by Christmas, then it would be slightly disappointing. But I think we are going to have a good start. I think we're going to rack up a lot of points between now and Christmas. We don't have the distraction of European football. I'm going for third. I think that's where we're going to finish this season, and that would be a good season under Louis van Gaal as his first season in charge. Bit of a rebuilding job, but we are Manchester United. We should be right up there challenging. And, you know, that will set us in good stead for the upcoming season next year, where, you know, we can strengthen. Louis van Gaal's bedded in. We've got the players, new players, blah, 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 blah. We should definitely be right up there challenging for the title, because Manchester United is not about, you know, coming third like Arsenal every freaking year. What we want is we want trophies, we want to win. That is the club's tradition, that is the history, and that's what we demand as Manchester United fans. So I think next season, yeah, we can think about challenging for the title. This season, it would just be great to qualify for the Champions League. And I think we'll finish higher than Liverpool as well, because they've lost Suarez, who, let's face it, was an absolutely world-class player, complete toss piece, but absolute world-class. Liverpool fans will probably be watching this video going, you think you're going to finish third? I mean, come on, you're going to finish fifth, sixth, whatever. I'd say you're probably going to finish lower than us this season, because you've got rid of Suarez, who was a match winner, and you've replaced him with Remy and freaking Lambert so far. So, you know, and they're no Suarez, to be honest. Let's be honest now. I think we'll finish higher than Liverpool, whether they're fourth, we're third, whatever. But that's my prediction, little cheeky side prediction. What do you think is going to happen with the upcoming season? I think we will be right up there come Christmas time. How do you think we're going to do with the start of the season with our current fixtures? And where do you think we'll be at Christmas? And where do you think we'll be come the end of the season? That's the important question. I'm going for third. Let me know what you think. I think next season we'll be right back in there in the mix for the title. But this season, it'd just be great to get up there in the Champions League spots. As a Manchester United fan, it's kind of crazy to say that, because we're all about winning that freaking title under Alex Ferguson. But times change, things move on, and we have to move on as fans. But we still demand that from our club. That's my personal opinion anyway. But this is Mr. Flying Pig HD. Thank you very much for watching. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Let me know below what you'd like to see from upcoming videos. And, you know, generally have a freaking good day. And come on, United!